Hi, and welcome to another exciting adventure in the world of vegan cheesecake podcasting.
What up?
We are here to talk about our two favorite things, which are, of course,
Vegan food.
and the Golden Girls.
Thank you for being a friend.
And we are going to be talking about episode number 4
Yes.
from season 1, or season 2, season 2.
It's a miserable life. One of my favorites.
This one, and since we're going in order, I can say, and the one we talk about next week,
Yes.
these are two of my favorite episodes, I think.
Yes.
Because, this one, of course, the plot is all about the girls are trying to save a tree in their neighborhood that happens to be on the property of a mean old lady neighbor named Frieda
Claxton. That's my girl.
I love how you say her name.
I love it.
Yeah, Frieda Claxton.
Frieda Claxton.
Who looks like she could like cut you with her arm. She
Absolutely.
is like a bony, thin,
Yes,
angular old lady.
She looks like the lady from who played the witch in Wizard of Oz.
She's meaner than that though.
Yeah, she is.
I think she is. She's not a pleasant lady.
But do you know she actually played Dorothy's mom in later episodes?
Oh, really? I did not
Yes.
realize that.
She did.
Wait, whose mom?
Dorothy.
Dorothy's mom.
Well, no, this was
wait,
the thing.
Huh?
No. Okay, never mind.
No,
I'm
what
sorry. We'll when we get to that episode.
All
Yeah,
right.
it
I don't
was-
remember that at all.
It was a
It was a weird thing? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
So that's further seasons
That's
on.
a further season. I'm sorry.
All right. That's
I
okay.
messed but she
You
did
didn't-
play another character.
Uh-huh.
I'll say it like that.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. I was confused when you said
Yeah,
that. All
but
right.
yeah.
But you know the show better than I.
So
I'm just a fan.
It's just because I was like, that looks like Frieda Claxton.
And it was.
And it was.
Well, yeah, they recycle different people
Yeah,
and
they
play
do.
different parts. I like
she
that.
is a recycled person,
Mhm.
actress.
Well, so they're getting neighbors to sign this petition.
Yes, they
and
are.
I love whenever Blanche comes back in and Dorothy says,
You got one signature.
"You've been gone for 3 hours and you only got one guy to sign this."
Yes, she did.
And she's like, "Well, give me a minute to change my clothes and freshen up. I'll get another one."
Another signature. Nasty Blanche.
So she is earning those
Yes,
signatures.
she is.
Yeah.
Get it, girl.
Uh-huh.
Hey.
I don't know how often, we all get solicited all the time to sign petitions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I've ever thought about sleeping with anyone that was asking me to sign one of those.
First of all, they look a little scary.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say no. I'm going to pass.
Have you ever signed something that you thought you knew what you were signing, and then later you found out you shouldn't have signed that thing? You thought you were signing something different?
You know what? I did sign something like, first of all, the people that always have you sign stuff, it's like, well, tell me what it is. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
I just want you to.
Yeah.
But it was like during voting time,
Uh-huh.
and they wanted you to sign a petition, and the way they explained it, I was like, oh, such and such, I'll sign it. Then later on, I found out I shouldn't have signed that.
Yeah, that's the exact same thing happened to me.
Yes, and I'm like, dude.
It was something about like I feel like it was some sort of like energy bill or something that was like going. It was like some sort of referendum that was getting on. And the way the guy described it, I'm like, oh yeah, no. And it was a topic I was even a little familiar with.
Yeah.
So I thought I was signing a petition for the side that I agreed on. And then later when I got home, I got an email from sort of like the progressive whatever that was like, hey, be careful. There's some petitions going on. Don't sign those. They make it seem like it's this, but it's not. I'm like,
oops. And
I'm 90% sure I shouldn't have signed that. So someday that'll come back to haunt me.
Absolutely.
It'll come back and be like, didn't you sign this petition for, whatever.
Right.
I don't remember what it was now, but I knew it was not. I didn't mean to sign it.
Yeah.
So try to be a little more careful is what I'm saying.
I'm just like, no. No.
Unless it's saving a tree off of Frieda Claxton's yard.
Listen.
And then you'd be like, yes.
Frieda Claxton. That's my girl. I love this episode.
It is a really good one.
Yes.
And so, yeah, they take it to the city commissioners, and they're going to present their case. And Blanche jumps up because she is a very gifted orator.
I'm a good orator.
Mm-hmm.
Said,
and two of the commissioners
can vouch for me. Listen, get them, Blanche. Before that, when they talked about the Menudo concert.
Oh, right.
Listen.
And the three, the
three
three Latino people stand up and just like walk out.
Walk out in disgust.
Yeah. because their petition for the outdoor Menudo concert was turned down.
And Menudo, I used to love me some Menudo.
Did you?
I did.
Let's explain to people that are under the age of like 100, like us, who Menudo is.
Menudo was a 5-person. They're Latinas. Right?
Yes, yeah.
I want to be.
I always
correct.
feel like they were. I feel like they were Puerto Rican, but maybe they weren't Puerto Rican.
I know. I
can't remember.
I thought Puerto Rican, but
yeah. In my mind, they were. I think they were Puerto Rican.
So, but anybody out there, if you know, come on, let me know. Let us know.
Yeah, by all means. We don't mean to. We're not trying to be
right.
like.
I want to know.
I'm not trying to be ignorant and think like everyone that's from that community is the same. I just don't remember.
It was a group of 5 young boys that
rotated.
Yeah, they rotated because after you got a certain age, you could not be in the group anymore because you had to look young.
You aged out.
You aged out of Menudo. So it was and I mean, at that time, it was Ricky Martin was a member of Menudo, and yeah. So it was such a cool boy band.
So they were just a boy band that had a very strict policy. I can't remember what the age was. Was it like 16 or something like that? Like once you were a certain age, it was like that movie Logan's Run. Did you ever see Logan's Run?
I did not.
The old science fiction movie from the 70s where basically once you turn 30, you're killed.
Oh, Lord, no.
And that's what the whole run is that people are trying to escape. So Menudo was basically...
it said a Puerto Rican-based Latino band.
There you go.
Boy band that was formed in 1977.
Wow.
Yeah, it was one of the biggest bands in Latin boy band history.
There you go.
Yeah, but they were amazing, but you had to, their active years was 77 to 2009.
Wow. Wait, there was still a Menudo in 2009?
That's crazy.
I don't think
I think the oldest age was 16 because most of the guys were like 12. Well, they ranged from 11 to 16.
All right. So, yeah, once you hit 16... You were thrown into the chipper.
Yeah, you were gone.
You were just gone.
You just gone. And you're like, who is that?
Yeah.
And they just But the 2 most popular ones were Ricky Martin and Draco Rosa. I remember Draco was my favorite.
Was he your favorite?
Yes, he was. Little cute thing.
Well, I'm still on Team Ricky Martin.
I know that's
because he's on my team.
Yes,
so,
he is. And who would have thunk it?
He is crazy handsome.
He is.
He's a beautiful, beautiful man.
He's fine.
Yeah, he is beautiful man. So
he on my he can get it list. That's enough.
He's on your he can get it list, but he don't want it.
He don't want it. I know he don't want it, but I'm just saying. I need to make a list of he can get it, but he don't want it.
All right, I want to see
top 3.
I want to see your top 3.
Okay, that's
he
another
can get
list.
It, but he don't want it.
Because I gave my list the last time.
I know, I love
my
your
slut list.
Yeah,
my top 5 slut list.
And I meant to do mine, and I forgot.
You forgot. Okay, you got to do your top 5
I got to do my
slut
list. Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so that's gonna be my next list.
I love it.
He can get it, but he don't want it. I'm sorry, y'all. That just cracks me up. I love it.
I love it too.
My goodness.
Well, you know what? I bet Ricky Martin would love you.
Just
not in that way.
Not in that way, but I'll take it.
And we can bring this topic back, in a future episode as well.
And I'll take it. I'll take that love, Ricky. So if anybody knows Ricky Martin,
by all
go
means.
on and just, you know what, doggone it, just keep adding him. Add him when I make my list, because I want to meet Ricky Martin.
All right.
I do.
We can make that happen.
We're going to make that. Listen.
I mean, I've met a lot of famous people. It's not as hard as you think it is to
really
meet famous
isn't.
people. But of course, I'm lucky, and my main job is that I do get to meet a lot of famous people. But anyway.
Okay.
So
I'm sorry, y'all.
That's okay.
That's another list coming. I love my list. Okay. Frieda Claxton. The mean neighbor.
So they're at the town meeting to petition to get the tree. Frieda Claxton, of course, stands up. She's like, "Let me save everybody time. It's on my property, and I hate it." So she
hate trees. She hate people.
Concrete is much easier to take care of, or something. Yeah, so she just wants it gone. And then Rose just loses it and tells her to drop dead, and she does.
Yes, she does.
Spoiler alert: Frieda Claxton dies.
But beforehand, when she said, Frieda Claxton says she's gonna sign the petition.
Oh, that's right.
And Frieda comes in and she says, "Here she is." And she goes, she said, "You're gonna sign the petition." She just wanted the Danish.
Yeah, because Rose had gone around. She said she was gonna basically kill her with kindness.
Yes.
She went the first day with the cheese Danish. Then she went back with I can't remember the second.
I can't remember.
And then the third day The prune Danish got her.
did the trick, and Sophia says it always helps me.
There you go.
Yes, and Frieda Claxton had no intention.
No.
That evil neighbor.
Yeah, she just wanted the. Yeah.
I just wanted the Danish.
Haven't we all done that though? Haven't we all kind of lied to somebody just to get the thing we wanted, whether it's a Danish or something else? I know I certainly have. I can't think of a good example, but without a doubt,
I know I probably have.
definitely have probably.
I know I probably have. Yeah. I can't remember what it was, but I'm sure I have.
I think everybody has done some
small
little deception.
Shady.
Yeah, just a little.
You did something a little shady to
get your prune Danish
absolutely
or equivalent.
Whatever you wanted.
Whatever you wanted. Yeah. Whatever you needed.
Absolutely.
But so yeah, Frieda Claxton dies.
Right there. And drops dead.
And of course, they're all picking on, Rose for killing her. And she says, what does she say? Like, Blanche walks into the kitchen and she's like,
are you still?
It's been 2 days since you killed her.
You killed her.
Like, are you still not over that?
She's like, get over it.
But of course, Blanche comes in, and what does Blanche ask? And what does she go right to the refrigerator to get? A slice of cheesecake.
A slice of delicious cheesecake. It's not vegan, but
she's like, do we have any cheesecake? Do we have any of that cheesecake left?
Poor Rose.
We should I should really be doing a better job of logging all the cheesecake references and times they eat cheesecake in this.
It's probably on.
So this is an episode that does involve them eating
cheesecake.
So there we go. Oh, and then Rose starts telling the story about Mr. Minky in her hometown.
Yes.
Who was the town librarian and dentist that everybody hated. And this is my favorite line in the episode.
What?
Where she says, you can always tell when someone was from St. Olaf because they were illiterate and they had teeth that looked like Indian corn.
Listen, because Mr. Minky.
Everybody hated him. So
everybody.
But he liked Rose so much that he let her keep a book for a whole week.
Yeah, it was. It was a week. Oh, Rose.
Yeah.
St. Olaf. We need to visit St. Olaf.
It's a magical place full of people, illiterate people with teeth like Indian corn.
Indian corn.
Sounds like a great place.
Yes, it is.
So then they decide, whenever they find out that there's not going to be a funeral because she had no one, she had no family, no one liked her.
Aww.
So Sophia says, we'll do it because in Sicily,
that's how you pay homage.
It's good luck. It's good luck to bury someone you hate.
Right, that's right.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I would pay for the funeral of someone that I didn't like.
Absolutely not.
No, I don't care how much luck it is.
No. I don't need luck.
I might, douse the corpse with some gasoline and throw a match on it. Does that count?
That'll be cheaper.
It would be much cheaper.
It'll be cheaper.
A DIY, crematorium. Maybe that'll be my little startup business.
When Rose was like, "Oh, Sophia, it's so nice of you to pay half. Half? You the one that killed her."
Yeah.
And then just took her back into the whole spin.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That was so fun. So, have you ever had a mean neighbor?
Well, when the first house we lived in, there was I don't even know this kid, but he was kind of like, he was a little older than us, and he used to shoot his BB gun at us.
No, he didn't.
When we would be out in the yard, he would shoot his BB gun at us.
God. Did it ever hit you?
I think it hit my brother or sister. Never hit me, but I remember he had one of those BB, like a Christmas Story Red Ryder BB gun, like a rifle. He would shoot his BB gun at us.
No, he.
Yeah. So I think that counts. I think that counts as a mean neighbor.
Absolutely.
But not like an old, crotchety, mean. Like everyone that lives on my street, they're all pretty nice. If anything, they're almost too nice.
Right.
If you get stuck talking to a few of them,
you're
there. You're there for. I mean, you get to know their blood type in about 2 minutes. You know what I mean? They tell you everything.
Not the blood type.
Yeah, that's what my mom always says. Whenever she starts talking to someone that tells her too much, she's like, "Yeah, I know everything about her except for her blood type."
Right.
So yeah. And so I don't know. Have you had mean neighbors, or are you the mean neighbor?
No, I'm not. No, I am very. I might be the nosy neighbor. I'm like Miss Kravitz.
You're the Gladys Kravitz. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I get that from my mother. My mama was nosy.
Yeah.
I'm like, would you leave them alone? But then I find myself, girl, Cindy, did you see them across the street?
Mm-hmm.
But no, let me see. Oh, I did have when I was in high school.
Yeah.
There was this one guy. I never knew him to be mean, but we always said that he was really weird. But he really wasn't weird. I think it was one of those things like at Halloween where everybody was like, "Don't go to his house because he'll snatch you."
Oh,
right.
Mm-hmm.
But then I did have it was a lesbian couple.
Uh-huh.
And one of them was really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was one, it was like, she was like mean. Like we would be playing in the backyard or something. And we had a fence. Because we had a pool. We had an in-ground pool. But we'd be playing. We'd be like throwing the ball and things like that. One time the ball went over in their yard.
Ooh.
And somebody went over there and said, "Stop coming over here."
Mean old
like,
lesbian.
She was. The other one was really nice.
Yeah.
She was a nice lady.
Oh.
But this one was mean.
Well, you know.
I was like, why are you so mean? Because the other lady, like my mom and my stepfather, they was, they would talk to the other one and they'd be so nice.
Yeah.
And this one, she wasn't very nice.
Speaking of lesbian couples, that just reminds me that one thing I forgot to talk about previously is, and I don't know even I've mentioned this to you, but of course now the whole world's turned upside down, but I had started to do an Airbnb experience. Did I even tell this to you? Okay. So I had my first couple came. It's like a bitchy vegan homo like baking lesson kind of thing.
That's what's up.
And so I had my first people right before, right before all the shenanigans happened here. And they came over. It was a very nice lesbian couple that had just been married a few months ago. Right. And they were just here in Cleveland for a little romantic weekend to get away. And they came over for a vegan baking lesson. And we made a couple of batches of cookies. They were very nice. We had a very nice time.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, it was fun.
You are cool. Yeah. I'm going to order the experience.
Are you?
Yes.
Well, I've been telling all my friends now. It's like, if you come over here and you're watching me cook and I'm helping you do stuff, like other people now, I'm going to have to start charging you.
Listen, because you're big time. That's big time.
No, I'm just kidding. But I love to do stuff like that. It's fun. It was fun. Yeah,
That's
we actually made 2 cookies, and then her other thing that she wanted to learn was to do a vegan meringue. So
aquafaba.
We whipped up a little vegan meringue, and not that we made like a pie or anything to do it, or we didn't make like vegan meringue cookies, but I just kind of piped some. We made it, and then I piped it onto a and just baked it in the oven just to
like
kind
a pavlova.
Yeah, it was like one layer of a pavlova. So, but I didn't bake it as long as we needed to because we just ran out of time.
Oh, okay.
But she got the idea of like how to do it, and it's only the second time I'd made that meringue recipe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I can understand why people wouldn't want to do this because it is not the easiest thing. I mean, it involves
it takes
I mean, you're whipping the aquafaba. This recipe, at least you have to, use a candy thermometer with your sugar and stuff that you're melting.
That's too much.
And actually, that recipe does have agar in it, as I recall. So, yeah, you wouldn't be able to have that one because it would mess you up. But it does make a very delicious meringue. But I'll have to remember that it has agar in it.
But you know what? And it probably makes it a lot thicker and firmer, too.
It really does. It's a great meringue recipe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just, it's from the Aquafaba cookbook that I had. So I haven't made my own. I was like, this one's great. I'm just going to keep using this one. I might, perfect it a little bit more. But, yeah, it's really, really good.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So we did 3 things in that time. Yeah.
That's so cool.
So now back to the Golden Girls after our little lesbian diversion.
Hey.
Nothing wrong with a little lesbian diversion.
Listen.
I hear a lot of people go through that phase.
I never went through that phase.
Me either. But so they decide they're going to pay for the funeral. They go to the funeral home run by Mr. Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer. The P is not silent.
The P is not silent.
No.
Which gives B. Arthur some great comedy moments there where she says the funeral. And she keeps tripping over that. But I love that.
I love when they're talking, they're like, well, what about...
They're bereaved on a budget.
They're bereaved on a budget. And then when he suggests Thursday night...
Oh,
hell no.
No. Because there was a time...
Listen, the Thursday night lineup used to be the bomb.
Right. It was must-see TV.
Yes, it was.
They did a great job of marketing that.
They did.
And I was remembering that. Like, I always worked Thursday nights, so I never really watched a lot of that stuff. And I never liked Bill Cosby.
Really?
Ever since I was a little kid, I've not liked Bill Cosby. He always just drove me crazy.
Really?
So the fact that all the dirtbaggery of Bill Cosby has come out, I was just like, never liked the guy anyway. He never made me laugh. And you were probably heartbroken when you found out. So many people were.
I'm heartbroken, and I have a whole different spin on some things. I don't want to get into it because
it is amazing how someone who was literally the most beloved person, and then just
Nah, but I still got some. I got a whole nother spin to that. I'm gonna save my spin because this is a family show.
All right.
I won't even talk about my spin.
I can't wait for us to do Vegan Cheesecake After Dark when it's not a family show.
Oh my God, that right there, we need to do an episode of that and get down to the nitty gritty.
All right.
I'm just saying.
We'll do the Blanche approved episode.
Yes, and then you know what we need to do, and then like we have to like lock it where you have to get like a passcode.
Oh, I like it.
To listen to it. Because
put it behind a paywall.
It's not for everybody.
No, because I tend to have a really filthy mouth, but I really keep it under control.
Yeah, and
I think I swore at you within like 30 seconds of you walking into the house today.
Okay. But you know what? I'm so used to it. I'm like, that's my guy. That's what we do.
People are used to my verbal abuse.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, I do love that they're like, no. And then when he says, how about Friday night? And then Sophia asks, well, do you have a TV guide?
That's what she said.
Because
she like, look, I got to figure this out around my TV schedule.
Right. So they have the funeral after they decide on the $200 pine box to bury her in.
Because he's like, this is like $5,000.
Yeah, she's like, my first house didn't cost that much.
Listen, she's like, look, we didn't like the lady. Just give me the pine box. How much is that? $200.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Well, funerals are not cheap.
They are not.
I bet that pine box probably costs I don't even know. I feel like I need to research that and find out how much. Yeah. What is the cheapest thing you can actually get buried in?
Funerals are not cheap.
No.
Because when we buried my mom, and they gave us, we actually like knew the funeral home directors and everything that own the funeral home, and they gave us a discount, and it was still $10,000.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I'm
not
like,
cheap. No.
She don't need that body no more. That's what I mean. I love my mama.
Right.
Come on now. Like, think about it every day. But I'm like,
well,
she don't need that.
Yeah, I definitely just want to be cremated. So when I said about, just throw some gas on me, throw a match.
Listen,
there you go.
I'm like, you know what? Put me in the back with the compost heap.
Oh,
throw me up under there.
There you go.
Let me go back into the earth.
Well, but that is kind of what happens because it turns out in this episode they accidentally cremated.
He said that's what
Frieda.
We get for hiring high school kids.
Yeah, so they just apparently let a teenager run the crematorium. Anyway,
I'm a little confused
by that. I'm a little confused too.
I'm sure the laws are different. I don't know.
Or apparently they're just lawless. And then Rose ends up sprinkling her ashes around the tree.
Around the tree, so and then the dog peed on her.
Yep, but it saves the tree because she says it's a final resting place.
Yes.
So you can't just
Frieda,
desecrate her grave.
Frieda, guess what? You got into the tree.
You saved that tree anyway.
Saved the tree anyway.
Oh, the irony.
But I love how the lady comes in.
Oh, for the wrong
and
funeral.
Starts doing the eulogy and talking about how she was helping the lepers in Calcutta. and they were just like, oh my gosh.
Then she says the name.
I forgot what the name was.
Yeah, I don't
she
either.
said Betty Boop. And Dorothy goes, oh! So, and then she said Frieda Claxton and kicks a coffin. So Frieda was just...
She didn't have a lot of friends.
She didn't, but you know what? Now looking back, what was Frieda's childhood like? Frieda must have been through some stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe she was just a mean old lady.
Yeah. Do you think there's anyone that's going to come to your funeral and kick your casket?
Probably.
I won't consider that I've lived the right kind of life if I don't have at least one person that shows up to my funeral and is happy that I'm dead.
Right.
I mean, I want most of the people there to be sad and mourning me.
Right.
But I want at least one person there to be like, oh, thank goodness.
I'm just like, look, Lord, I've had enough loss. I want everybody to go together.
Yeah. All right.
But not now. Let's just take a while.
Yeah. It's a little timely
but
right now.
I've experienced too. I'm like, come on now.
All right.
That's all I'm saying. But as a,
But that's part of my philosophy has always been like, everyone needs to have like one enemy in their life because you need to have some place to put that. You know what I mean?
True.
So you need to just focus on someone.
Yeah. Now I'm sure
you have more love for everybody else because you can just put all the, garbage at one person.
Yeah, and I'm sure some people be like, I can't stand vegan. Ugh. I hate her. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. Again, I don't think that you're doing it right. If you
don't have it,
if you're out there trying to like be liked by everybody,
oh no, that's
not
a
right.
No, I can't do it.
No,
because I'm not. I'm the wrong one.
I guarantee people hate you.
Absolutely. I guarantee it too. I guarantee it too. But guess what? I love you.
She doesn't
Not
really mean
really.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was sarcasm.
I don't hate you.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Hate's such a strong word.
It is.
You know.
Yeah.
I hate.
Yeah. Generally, the people that I don't like, I just don't even have time for.
Absolutely.
There's one person that is a good friend of some of my really good friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I just do not like. I don't like being around him. Like, he's not an enemy, but he's just one of those people that
you're like, oh
just
my
like,
gosh.
no, I just kind of think he's a little gross for some reason, and I just don't like being around him. And
Yeah.
whenever, and it's to the point where they kind of know that, like, so
Yeah, so you
I
just
don't get
gotta
offended
keep it-
if I find out that they did something, but I didn't get
Right.
invited because he was going to be there or whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather not go.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know that's right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Like, don't do it.
Yeah.
I can't.
The
Y'all
world,
have a good time.
the world needs garbage people too.
Right.
Right?
Because see, my biggest question is, who's all going? If you call me and say, hey, you want to go? Who's all going, please?
Yeah, you need the list. You need the guest list.
I need to run down.
I try to be very mindful of that whenever I am
Do
organizing, like, because I always joke that I'm the world's best host, and I think that that's something you need to consider.
Now listen, you are the word. Yeah.
But if you're gonna have if it's gonna be like a giant birthday party where you want everybody in your life there, then you don't worry about that. But if it's like a dinner party or something like that,
right.
you don't invite this person that's not gonna get along with this person. Or even if they've not met, you should know if their personalities are going to click.
Personality's going to click.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing, too.
My one best friend just doesn't really like people that are just unbelievably nice. Like, some people are just, like, positive about things.
Right.
He just doesn't have a lot of use for that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So because he just can't kind of understand that someone can just be that happy and nice all the time. So I try to keep him away from my friends that are like that.
Right.
Because,
that's true.
Yeah. He just doesn't have a place for those people. I think you need some of those people in your life.
Absolutely.
The people that just randomly send you like, have an awesome day, like just out of nowhere.
I do that sometimes, though. But that's sometimes, because sometimes I'm like, if you don't get on my face.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have my day.
I think you and I are well-rounded in that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're both.
Because we do,
we're
we
loving,
both are positive, but then sometimes I can take it to be like, you need me to take care of that heifer? What you need me to do? All you got to do is say, let's do that.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
And you're there to take care of that heifer.
I'm like, what we doing? What we doing?
That's why I like that you're on my side now.
Who got the bail money? That's all I'm saying. Who got the bail money?
I always say that to people, too. Like, just make sure you have enough bail money.
Listen, who got the bail money?
I like that you and I have that same philosophy.
Listen, and that could be a fault of mine, and it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
Because there's some people that I'll be like, what you need me to do?
Right.
And then there's some people I'm like, I need that. Like Cindy's my sister, for any new listeners or whatever. Cindy can like talk me down.
Yeah.
But if I get like really out there, like she's really like the only one that can be like, Vicki.
Yeah. Calm the hell down.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then there's some people I find like, I'd be like, I don't need to talk to my sister right now. I need somebody. I need to call this person.
Right.
Because this person.
You want to get wound up.
It's like, what we doing? Let's go. What you need? Oh, no, they didn't.
Let me stop at the bullet store.
There you go.
Yeah.
So listen. So I'm that person. I can be either way. I'll be like, I tell my friends, who do you need me to be? What do you need?
What side
do you
am I
need
on?
me to talk you down? Or do you need me to, are we doing this?
So you can either be the can of gasoline, or you can be the fire extinguisher.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
That's a good skill.
I can do either one. So I'm that person. I can be, I can be on 10 or I can be on 1 or 0 for you.
Yeah, that's good.
But like I said, if you need me, just tell who got the bail money, because I'm going down with you. Yeah. I'm going down with you.
All right. Well, on that, very
exciting.
That's a practical bit of advice, though. Making sure, that someone does have the bail money.
That's
I think
right.
that's good planning is what that is. Yeah.
You got to plan ahead.
You got to plan ahead.
Right.
All right. Well, speaking of planning ahead, right now it's too hard to plan ahead.
Too hard.
I mean, we're actually recording several of these in a day now, just because we don't know what how kooky it's going to be. But but I'll say this right now: as of today, I plan on being at Veg Out Euclid on April 25th.
Me too.
So April 25th, hopefully, we'll all be allowed in at least smallish groups to go to places and support local businesses.
And the zombies will not have gotten us.
But who knows? We could all be under lockdown. By the time this airs, people might be like, what are they talking about?
Exactly.
I'll just edit this all out if that's all wrong.
Yeah. Boom.
But hopefully everyone is, taking precautions and being safe and staying healthy and making sure that this all passes as quickly as possible.
Amen.
Because it is a very serious thing.
It is.
But we don't like to be serious on this podcast.
Not at all.
But anyway, so you can find me at bitchyveganhomo.com. We're great recipes. Hopefully, I've got time now to just put more stuff on my website. So I'm planning on getting a lot more things up there during these next few weeks. And you can also follow me on social media at bitchyveganhomo. And on Facebook, I'm BVH Show.
And you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at urban_sweetness, or on my website, www.urbansweetness.com.
And of course, the podcast on Instagram, it is Vegan Cheesecake Pod. On Facebook, Vegan Cheesecake. And on Twitter, Vegan Cheese Pod. But I also want to say that if you're enjoying the podcast and you like it, of course, tell some friends you enjoy it and take a moment to write us a little review, because the little algorithms pay attention to those things.
Yeah, they do.
And it helps other people discover
write a review.
Us. Yeah, because, there's a lot of people out there, but we're the only ones doing a Golden Girls and Vegan Food podcast.
And they need us.
Well, who doesn't? Just like you need bail money.
Listen,
and you need me.
I do, because you know why? Because I thank you for being a friend.
Right back at you.